On August 30th, 2005, Hurricane Katrina struck the Gulf Coast, unleashing devastation that stunned the nation. Entire neighborhoods vanished under floodwaters, families were stranded, and cries for help echoed unanswered. The storm exposed not just weak infrastructure but deep flaws in disaster response. Aid organizations, including the Salvation Army, faced unprecedented challenges: flooded streets, no power, and total communication breakdown. Katrina forced a reckoning. How could help reach people faster, and how could communities truly recover? The tragedy became a catalyst for change, driving a complete overhaul of disaster response in the U.S. From the wreckage, a new commitment to preparedness and resilience emerged. Even as their own buildings and facilities were left in ruins, with walls crumbled and roofs torn away by the storm, the Salvation Army wasted no time. They mobilized immediately in hard-hit cities like Gulfport and Biloxi, sending teams into neighborhoods where devastation stretched as far as the eye could see. Their strong local presence meant they could quickly set up makeshift kitchens, transforming parking lots and sidewalks into lifelines. They served millions of hot meals and snacks, providing nourishment and hope to both survivors and exhausted first responders. But their support went beyond food. Volunteers offered comfort, a listening ear, and a reassuring presence, a reminder that help had truly arrived and that no one was alone in the aftermath. Emotional and spiritual care became as vital as physical aid. Chaplains and volunteers supported over 100,000 people, helping them process trauma, grief, and loss, and offering prayers and encouragement in shelters and on street corners. The scale of need was overwhelming, with long lines at relief centers and shelters filled to capacity, pushing the organization and its volunteers to their absolute limits. Leaders soon realized that their efforts, though massive and determined, were only the beginning of a much longer journey toward recovery. Katrina's unprecedented challenges forced the Salvation Army to rethink and transform its entire approach to disaster relief, investing in new training, equipment, and strategies for the future. The lessons learned from Katrina would shape every response that followed, making the organization stronger and more prepared for whatever came next. Katrina's chaos led to three major changes in the Salvation Army's disaster response. First, they replaced bulky canteen trucks with nimble vehicles, reaching survivors in devastated neighborhoods. Second, they shifted to pre-stocking warehouses nationwide with food, water, and supplies ready to deploy instantly. Third, they invested in satellite communications, ensuring teams and survivors could connect even when all else failed. These weren't minor tweaks, they were fundamental shifts born from hard experience. Now the Salvation Army can respond faster, more flexibly, and more effectively. Each change addressed a critical failure exposed by Katrina. The result, a disaster response system built for speed, resilience, and real human connection. Katrina revealed that true recovery is about more than rebuilding homes. It's about restoring community. In the wake of disaster, it's the bonds between people that matter most. The storm stripped away not just buildings, but the daily connections that made neighborhoods feel like family. One survivor's story stands out. Her house was rebuilt, but her neighbors were gone, leaving her isolated in a place that no longer felt like home. The silence was a constant reminder of all that had been lost. This realization led the Salvation Army to focus on the whole community approach, helping people reconnect, not just survive. They understood that healing meant more than physical repairs. It meant rebuilding relationships and trust. Volunteers now offer not just supplies but genuine compassion and a listening ear. They take time to sit with survivors, hear their stories, and share in their grief and hope. Emotional and spiritual care is central, providing comfort and reassurance when it's needed most. These moments of connection help survivors find strength to move forward. Recognizing that healing starts with being seen and heard, volunteers create safe spaces for people to share their pain and begin to heal together. Recovery means staying long after the crisis, walking alongside survivors through every stage of rebuilding, and showing up again and again as neighbors and friends. It's about helping restore the social bonds that make a place home, meals shared, laughter returned, and children playing together once more. The lesson is clear: rebuilding structures is only part of the solution. True recovery is about restoring the heart of the community. Rebuilding lives and communities is the true goal, helping people rediscover hope, belonging, and a sense of future together. Katrina taught this with unforgettable clarity. reminding us that the human connection is the foundation of every recovery. The devastation left by Katrina did more than just destroy buildings. It exposed the deep-rooted vulnerabilities within our communities and inspired a new philosophy of recovery. This approach goes beyond simply repairing what was lost. It focuses on long-term solutions that address the underlying issues that made these areas so susceptible in the first place. The Salvation Army took on the challenge of rebuilding not just physical structures, but also the vital social services that help people heal, like addiction treatment and mental health support. These services are essential for lasting recovery, ensuring that individuals and families can truly rebuild their lives, not just their homes. Their ongoing presence in New Orleans and other affected areas means they're more than just emergency responders. They've become a part of the community fabric, offering support, hope, and resources long after the initial crisis has passed. In Biloxi, for example, a new Croc Community Center now stands proudly where Katrina once destroyed the old facility. This new center is built stronger and smarter, designed to withstand future storms and serve as a safe haven for generations to come. Recovery is now seen as an opportunity to build back, not just what was lost, but to create safer, more resilient communities. Architects, planners, and local leaders are working together to design infrastructure that can better withstand disasters, protecting lives and livelihoods. The legacy of Katrina is one of transformation. Disaster relief is now faster, more compassionate, and deeply focused on the needs of the community. Collaboration and preparedness have become central to every response. The storm revealed our fragility, but it also showed us the incredible power of resilience and the importance of standing together. In the face of disaster, it's our unity and compassion that truly drive recovery and renewal.